Would you have run to the cornucopia, or would you have taken off and looked for water? Would you have hidden? Would you have tried to be on attack? And would you make alliances with somebody that, in order to win the games, you'd end up having to take out later?
I would definitely hide. And, yeah. I would sort of scope out who I would want to have as my ally during the interviews and the training. And if I got the chance, then I would team up with them. And mostly trying to avoid the careers, obviously, because they're scary.
They are.
And just wait for everyone else to kill, like, each other, and then sort
unless
of
you
just
were a
come out.
career.
Yeah, of course. I guess that would change things for sure. But yeah, I don't think I'd be able to make it though. So
Count yourself out.
Like on Scholastic.com, there's this game. Did you know about that?
I played it. There's a game on Scholastic.com
Yeah.
where you play to see if you knew who would win.
I know.
And I didn't win. And
How far did you get?
I did pretty well. I scored pretty well. But when it said I didn't win, I was like, what do you mean I didn't win? I made these up, and I'm the game maker. I should have won. And then, but then, you know, what was so interesting about it was then I thought, you know, I don't think I would win the Hunger Games, though.
I know, I
not
wouldn't.
really. You know, certainly not now. I would have stood a better chance at 16 when I was, you know, could run faster. But I thought, you know, maybe this is a very accurate game because I didn't win. I scored pretty high.
Yeah. Suzanne, what about you?
Oh, I wouldn't win. I'd probably hide, but I'd get kicked off or killed off pretty quick. I know that for sure.
Yeah, I think I would hide too.
Yeah.
When I was
We're all hiders.
when I was at camp, I won hide and seek.
Oh, congratulations.
So because of that, I think that's probably the best skill I have.
That's
Hiding. So I would go with that until somebody picked me off.
yes.
I know.
What about you? What would you do?
I know personally I'd hide, but I'd scope out.
We're all hiding.
I know, but I'd look for people like during the competition, like skills that would let you survive. Like again, I'd look for someone who could make traps, or who knows where to find water, and like particularly from those districts. Like District 11, they're good at finding food, so make an alliance with 11. And then like with 3, like they weren't careers. Would you consider District 3 to be career tributes?
No.
Okay,
No.
but they got him anyways because he could rig back the mines to guard their food. So.
Right, right. Well, that when 3 does win a game, it's usually because they have technological experience, because it's the district where they make electronics and things like that.
In the Catching Fire, with the whole idea of the clock, would you call it that? That was ingenious, but also how they figured it out and like what he'd say, like TikTok or something around the clock.
Yeah.
That was so weird, and then eventually start to like pick it up. It's like, I
It was
did not
nuts or
know
bolts.
that. It was nuts.
Which way?
Nuts.
We were debating whether it was nuts or bolts.
Oh, nuts and bolts.
So District 3 was, you don't really think about it as much. You think more about Katniss and Peeta. But it was also kind of a slap in the face to the rebellion, or to the Capitol. I rigged back your minds to help me in the game, which I'm really not supposed to do.
So District 3 obviously has their own rebellious streak going in there too, because that again is the same kind of philosophy that both Katniss and Haymitch use in their games, which is to turn the actual arena or the intent of the arena around on itself, to make it your own game.
Well, District 3 makes all the technology that Capitol uses too.
Right.
So like there's the part where they talk about like how they twist around people's voices. Their kids learn to do that in school.
Right.
And so anyone that goes into the Hunger Games can know that. They know how to twist it to their own means.
Right. Katniss feels a little cheated because they don't get a lot coming from 12 that can help them. She has her skills, but they of course were all illegal. It's another reason District 12 loses so much is, you know, they don't go into the mines till they're out of Hunger Games age. They go in at 18, so they, you know, they haven't got any skills. Whereas if you've been, like Finnick, if you've been raised on a boat and you can, you know,
You can tie a noose.
You can you can tie knots. You can make nooses. You can make nets. You can, you know, use a trident. You have all these. You know, you can fish. You have all these skills that you've learn from childhood, but the children don't go in the mines in 12. So
I've noticed that the districts, like the tributes from districts 1 and 2, they seem to like sort of thrive on the games, and maybe like, and I've also noticed that they didn't seem to be on the list of districts rebelling, so that's
more to come.
Like, will they join the Capitol when the war comes?
Will they or won't they?
Like, will it be a war all districts against Capitol, or will it be districts after
Nice
2
try.
against first 2 and Capitol?
Yeah,
Nice
'cause
try.
I really
One
wanna-
blink for
We
yes,
shall
2 blinks
see.
for no.
No, you're not doing that thing, though.
Well, seeing how you left us and catching fire.
Yes, it's I know, it's a
We-
shameless cliffhanger.
we hate you.
I know.
Oh, that was an awful ending.
I know, but
know.
you know what? Okay, here's what I do with the books. I answer, this is my rule, because, Gregor was 5 parts, this is 3 parts. You have to have some rule, or you just have one, 1,400-page book that no kid will pick up, right? So what I do is I answer one significant dramatic question in each one. And when I've answered that question, then I feel it's fair to break and go to the next book. So that's how I do it.
So
One had been answered in Catching Fire, and so, and I think it is, but it is, yes. I mean, I love cliffhangers, both in television
love
and
them,
in
but-
books, and so I know, it's extreme, it's unfair.
It is.
You have every right to hate me.
Thank you.
I thought there were missing pages in the back of my book. I was like, wait, there's got to be more.
Oh no. Oh no, it's like The Sopranos, where people are like, did my TV die? What happened?
Okay, I'm done hating you now.
Thank you.